better support matchup, allows for like the better earlier fights. So that's why I feel like Secret maybe went for this style of draft, just so that they could actually have a strong 10 to 15 minute timing and get to play out a game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Still the Wind Ranger. Right, I'm not crazy. Still Wind Ranger in the pool.
Yeah.
Team Secret's most picked hero, of course, with Rubik. It's very unlikely to get picked up here.
Well, at this point, you can be pretty confident that you know the mid lane matchup, right?
This is true. This is true. Yeah, sure.
So Thompson most likely going to be playing that Invoker, and that gives Team Secret some information, and they will go with the Void Spirit.
Okay.
So it is still open, I guess, because of you don't really...
We don't know.
You don't know, yeah. It could easily be like a 5 Rubik, 5 Abaddon, 4 Void Spirit. Secret have got a very open and flexible draft, and equally very scary, because normally when you see flex, you normally like there's a weakness in like if they put the hero here. See this.
Wow, that's a hero.
That's a PA, mate.
I really love this hero. I think this hero is extremely good. I think this hero's underrated. The buff to the Stifling Dagger at level 10, I think, is pretty nice, but really the big buff is the level 15 talent, where you get the extra blink cast range. Man, you are in and out of fights. It's like the Ricky talent, where you just feel impossible to catch. And with this Magnus, of course, you have the farming speed, which PA severely lacks.
You literally just go Desert BKB at this point.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
It's very fighting build.
That's the problem with this PA hero, is that it's a brilliant hero in the late game because of these new changes that they added, but you're just terrible at farming. Like, you're terrible at getting to that Battle Fury too. With the Mag, it doesn't matter.
But for Secret in their response in terms of the itemization, for example, the Lifestealer, we're going to be expecting maybe like the Halberd,
certainly,
MKB Rush
for sure,
and then after that you're probably going to pivot towards like an Abyssal straight away.
Sure.
Obviously you could slot an Armlet in to start the drop, like maybe, but there are answers to dealing with it. But overall, it's a very nice PA game, just for the fact that you can always blow up 3 of the heroes in Secret. Of course, Abaddon not so much.
If this wasn't such a good MKB patch where everybody favors this item, PA would be a broken hero right now. Like, the problem is that most games are going to have some hero that would probably build an MKB regardless of if there is evasion in it or not. So that is an issue, and I'm super excited to see this tested here by OG. You know, this is a team that I think they can really benefit from the hyper aggression that a PA lets you have.
So given all this information, I guess you kind of answered the question I was going for, which is, of the Magnus and Power pairings like Juggernaut or Troll Warlord and now Phantom Assassin, I'm guessing the reason why you like her in this particular case is that she's very mobile, like you said, hit and run style. How's her laning phase fare though compared to those other carries? Because, like you said, Secret probably looking for early aggression.
Fine, yeah. It depends on the support, really. She's just a regular carry. She has spam. I think Abaddon would also be okay against a PA. You can snowball it. The PA can definitely snowball, but I don't see the Abaddon snowballing against a PA. I don't see how you can kill her when she starts getting the levels in evasion.
Yeah, the key thing is like the support pairing, and for OG, you're still pretty much looking for, I would assume, like the 5-4, of course. So that's why you're seeing Team Secret ban out like the Grimstroke, for example, a very classic lane pairing for the PA, and it's that type of lane that would solidify OG's ability to leave laning phase with like that burst of energy that we've seen them do time and time again with the Venjuna strat, and same again with the Iosphere. It's that 10-minute timing where they're just going to collapse on one tower. They go for the Beastmaster, just doubling down on the fact that this PA will be so like steroided up. It's going to be very scary for Team Secret to take these early fights. I feel Lifestealer as a carry naturally needs a lot more time to come online, and it's about him being left alone to basically get the items he needs whilst others are being aggressive.
Can't be left alone against a Beastmaster.
There we go, exactly. So it's right now Secret, the concept of their draft is slowly being dismantled due to OG just kind of laying down the law and going, you might have last pick, but our strat is very clean to look at.
I do really also like the Beastmaster because it gives some sort of persistent fighting and presence. Like, this Magnus is going to want to farm, Invoker farms, PA farms, Phoenix farms. Like, some of these heroes are totally okay following up. You have the Invoker who has the Sunstrike. You have a Mag who can come in with the Skewer and possibly hit an RP, Phoenix Egg. Like, Beastmaster gets things done. He gets stuff started. Like, this is going to actually put pressure on the map. They needed a hero like this. They needed like a Sand King Beastmaster, but this one works against, like, because of what you said, the Lifestealer.
The issue now for Secret is we kind of praised the Abaddon in theory, but at this point in the draft, it's now, you don't really want it to be 5 because it does nothing in that lane, and an off lane as well. It's not going to do any pressure onto the PA. So no matter where we're seeing this Abaddon go, it's going to pretty much unlock OG to have one free lane, I feel. The secret.
The nice thing about Abaddon though in the game is just the purge on Roar.
Sure, it's about the game though.
Roar RP.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a great purge game.
And now you got some catch. Kunkka, the final selection for Team Secret. Seems like they're able to somewhat recover as we see the odds very,
Oh
very
my
favorable.
God.
Which
No
again,
way.
That's
Am I seeing that right?
again, Secret are dominant, and in their previous series, it was a pretty brutal 2-0
But
for
not
Secret.
3.4.
I mean, this is also what I said about Evil Genius's odds at one point,
Yeah,
and look where that got us. So fine, then let's block the odds out of your mind. Let's just look at these 10 heroes on the board. Which way are you leaning right now, Tigo?
Are we blocking the teams as well?
Block the teams.
Okay.
Show respect. This is the upper bracket finals.
I honestly really love OG's draft for the cleanliness of it. I think Secret, they're going to have this Abaddon Void Spirit lane, I'd assume, that I don't know how well it's going to work out. And my fear is it's just not as strong as OG's first kind of run at you strat. But we have seen many times again, Secret, they play on the mistakes that teams make. The question is, OG in their current form, unlike other teams that have, won the early game against Secret, do OG really make the same level of mistakes? I don't know. So that's why I'm favoring OG, just because I just love this PA and the way it's slotted into their draft.
My answer is that simple. I just think PA is a broken hero when you actually get to the mid to late game, and I think the Magnus will let you do that. I think the draft that OG has will let you do that. So, in terms of heroes, I would say OG, but Secret's looking scary. Okay, sure. OG all the way. OG all the way.
That's
Sort
all,
yourself out, Jenkins.
That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to see. I want to see all these buffs. I want to see all this push. I want to see all this fight clash together in game one as we send it over to our casters. Odie Pixel Info.
Fight!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, OG versus Secret. I'm Odie Pixel, joined by Fog for this best of three. As should be a fun one. Well, hopefully, right. Last time round, the series between the two of them was definitely anticipated to be some crazy close matchup. Ended up going pretty easily in Secret's favor.
They took Huskar twice. Let's just
They did.
erase this from the memory.
And there's no Huskar this time. We're seeing avoidance of that. OG coming in with something different. And
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, agreeing with the panel here that this PA Magnus seems like it could pop off this game, but this is Secret. We're seeing them doing crazy things. They're coming in this game. The last pick, Kunkka. I mean, looking at Secret's lineup, what do you sort of see that's going to happen from them that the OG might not be ready for?
It's just going to be fast-paced fighting, is what I'd imagine at least, right? That's going to be the majority of their style. Okay, they're actually, this is what I was wondering to see, is who's going to be playing that offlane. It's actually going to be Zai playing the Kunkka in the offlane.
Yeah.
So they're going to have the Void Spirit in the mid matchup. Okay. So that should be, I mean, it's going to enable that Void Spirit to be able to get that much more active, right? Instead of the Kunkka in particular, which then they don't have to rely on boat at all. They just have to rely on, this Void Spirit's low cooldown ability to be able to move around constantly. See Puppy, he's playing the 5. He wants to be able to back up. What looks like it's probably going to be the Lifestealer. They want to get this matchup versus Phoenix. Lifestealer plus that Abba versus that lane. And yeah, I do think Secret's going to try to take advantages of the slightly slow pace draft that OG does have. I think this Invoker going the Quas Wex, that's going to enable them to at least be able to do some stuff on the map. And then the same thing with this Beastmaster pick. I think that's what's going to allow OG to actually match the aggression a little bit from Secret. But a little worried just because they're greedy. And I've seen what Secret does to greed.
So, looking at some of these matchups, we've got some of the big hero player combinations. The Thompson Invoker coming into play. Going to be up against the Nisha Void Spirit in that mid. And
interesting lane setups they've got going on here. So they've got the Beastmaster being supported by a Magnus in the top, and they have the Phoenix with the PA.
he's going to be fishing for these.
He's going to try.
He's going to be trying.
I don't think he's going to get too many of those. It's a really tough lane to go to, especially with like Boots Rubik. They're always going to be able to evade that in particular, unless it's like the Kunkka who gets skewered over. If he's getting hit by boars, definitely a possibility.
I mean, with the level 1 skewer, that's all he can kind of do. As the support Magnus right now, Tail. So until he hits that 2, he's just going to be pulling creeps and trying to get momentum.
I'm seeing a lot more of these Magnus. Yeah, I shouldn't say this much, but it's like these in the pub games I played a couple of like these high MMR games, and there was Magnus 5 in every single one of my games pretty much. It was actually very bizarre, but they did exactly that. They just try to skewer you under the tower, and then they're just walking in power bots. We've seen that in the past too.
Yeah, I guess in the lane it is the threat of the skewer. You know, it's keeping you on your toes. It's making you worried more about the Magnus than actually being able to fully focus onto the core in the lane.
Standard, we see YapzOr level 2 before Zai. Zai pulling the creep waves while YapzOr secures the last hits or attempts to secure some last hits. He does get a skewer on him, but like we said, those boots, even getting hit by the boars at the moment, keeps him speedy enough.
And down bottom, Matu getting low. Mid one trying to hit back at him, but the shield's there. Mid one having to jump away, and Saxa getting very low again to the attempt here from these two. And CS down bottom, what we were seeing, Matu 6-1. The mid lane, how's it going so far? Strong start for Nisha. And,
should be.
I guess this just what expected. Your Void Spree, incredibly nice right click animation, and you're going to see it is a Quaswex Invoker.
Yeah,
it's not going to have any damage to compare.
Yeah, just better animation, better damage, and you can push the lane in onto Invoker more often than not, right? Like Invoker, his Tornado is very expensive. Nisha can just spam his Resonant Pulse and Dissimulate to push the wave in and just mess with top.
I mean, Nisha, he's playing it pretty much perfectly.
Yeah.
15-7 against the 4-for-4. That is, you know, pretty much as good as he gets when you're in a matchup that the hero wins. Nisha's just able to push it to the limit.
Yeah, he's only missed one so far out of all those creep waves that have come. We see Puppey every single time. You know, Fire Spirits get popped. He pops shields on himself or on to Matumba. Matumba not having a point in rage. He wants to just be able to keep that sustain going. Noto dropping low. Ooh, that was close.
Big hits between the two of them, and Zai YapzOr, the Torrent and levels on Rubik. I've got the combo.
Yeah, and it's cool that they have this lane as the, you know, they decided to make this Void Spirit mid because of like those fax cooldown things, and then the Kunkka versus the Beastmaster, they can cleave that boar all the time. A Fade Bolt, that boar is going to be at risk of dying very often up here.
Yeah, Seb's got to be very distant with the micro unless he wants to end up feeding that away.
They're trying.
And Zai and YapzOr, you know, as every time a miss skewer comes out, the all chat lines are there.
Of course.
And they're ready to poke some fun at Notail as he keeps trying to get some action with that skewer top, and it's just not happening.
Damn, Nisha's really dominating that mid lane. 19-10 to 10-6. Matu getting pressured here, doesn't have the rage, so he needs the shield to remove these pesky slows and Fire Spirits. We do see the runes coming out. Nisha, he'll get a DD.
Oh, always a bit of a dream one.
He's gone for the full... This is the build I personally like to see a lot of times on the Void Spirits in mid, is just this farming kind of style, this farming build, rather than going for any points in your Aether Remnant.
Here we go.
Play for the lane.
But I mean, it's not under the towers.
No,
I
Seb,
doesn't care.
careful.
And now they are going to try and turn. Seb getting low. Does manage to get away. Zai not quite able to find the angle with the Tidebringer hit. Notail does his best to punch back, but some beefy heroes in this top lane. Nobody going down too easily.
Every time, like we said, he just gets these stick charges down here. So Matu still farming pretty well, but mid one is definitely keeping it up there. 19-8. But the 15-3, the Lifestealer, they're doing a good job down here. But their sustain looks like it is lacking a bit. While on the side of Secret, they have just infinite sustain because of those stick charges, pretty much.
Yeah, Saxa will at least be able to snipe Matu's courier there as it comes a little too far up the lane to deliver the items. And Nisha heads over aggressively to take that bounty rune away from OG.
They're going to get all 4 bounties.
Oh my goodness, they did. 5 minutes in.
That's such a Nisha move, especially when he's playing these like wave clear heroes versus non-wave clear. He forces that wave in super hard and then just runs at the rune. I've seen him do this quite often here, and that's, I mean, makes sense why he's going for this build even more so then. And they'll actually leave that other bounty for him.
Yeah, full efficiency from him. He just swings past mid, pops the nukes, uses the mana, goes and gets himself that 4th bounty here for the team here at 5 minutes.
Very early medallion finished up here onto Seb. Like we said, this is going to be a game where they just look to buff up this PA so much. They have so many different things too, right? They have the Inner Beast, they have Empowered, they have Alacrity. They have so many different tools to just make him so. Notail.
He's tried to skewer away. I've got the catch here with the X mark of the Torrent. Do they have the damage though? He's still pretty beefy as this Magnus early on. Seb, he's going to be the new target.
He used the medallion aggressively too. So that cleave just smashed him there.
Yeah, he really did get smashed.
I mean, they're really, like, look at the levels. Zai level 5. This is a level 2 Magnus. He can't really help the lane at all, and they both end up going down.
No, this lane top, it has been securing Seb the farm, but you can't help but feel it just looks a little awkward with this, Notail Magnus just skewering all over the place and not really able to do much against this duo of Secret in the lane.
I mean, I actually can't believe the medallion, the aggressive medallion ends up hurting him so much because of that. Tidebringer hit.
Yeah,
That's painful.
you're absolutely right. You got to be careful using that in the lane against a Kunkka.
Yep.
Well, there's definitely going to be the chances for big hits to come flying back your way.
Taxa will be just fine here. Look at the sustain, right? That's what we were saying. This lane is just, they're perfectly fine with just spamming their spells, and we can see even open woundsing on creeps. This is, Automata Man doesn't care because they can't really threaten kills on these two heroes with the PA and with the Phoenix at all in the early game. They will still be farming though, as we said. Mid one, he is getting still very solid farm. He already has treads finished up. We see a big stack already getting.
I mean, yeah, they've got phase boots on Kunkka, so
yeah, they
Secret,
can clear that.
They've got good damage to take that out.
They might even start farming it pretty soon here.
Yeah.
They're already level 6 on Kunkka. They can threaten kills. Beastmaster also level 6 though. We're seeing that first Topson rotation, but it is spotted.
Let's see what he can do.
They know the way Topson likes to play. It's all about being super active in the early game, especially when they have this greedy type of lineup, right? So they double ward, not only just in the river, but even on this spot too, just to be able to watch him. He wants to deny this big stack away.
Yeah, at least stop Secret from being able to clean it all up themselves. It's not easy to do though. You've got no points in the Empower yet, of course. Still
And
just
now
level 2 on No-Tail.
Look at Nisha. He knows this is happening.
He's ready to
gonna
come and start killing him. They're going to jump
Topson's
for him.
squishy.
He's got to start backing up. Does have the Ghost Walk. Astral Step does hit. Not enough damage to kill him. So Topson will live. Bow comes down from Zai straight onto No-Tail as he's dragged back by the combo. No-Tail falls, and Topson, he cannot come back out of the invis to help out there.
No, versus these high level, like Rubik already level 5, Kunkka already level 6, and Nisha with this max nuke build. Invoker, when you cross Wex, if you're having a bit of a rough lane, you're like an 800 HP hero. You get hit by 2 nukes and you already have to run away, so he can't actually commit.
You sound like.
Nice movement by Nisha, good read by Secret with their wards and just understanding what to do. Already on a 3k lead.
This is quite the opening for Secret. All 3 lanes looking to be off to a very good start here for them.
Yeah. And like we said, like OG Giraffe, it is greedy. The way that they put the style down, like PA Magnus is your 5. Phoenix as well, like these heroes, they take time to actually come online. The laning phase is not the strongest at all for them.
The only hero really that can make plays is, the only things you can make plays around, right, is the setup from Topson or the roar from Seb.
Yep.
These supports, this Phoenix Magnus duo, they're never going to be able to set anything up unless No-Tail somehow is able to walk in and find a skewer. And that's sort of a very... the opportunities of that happening are very slim early on.
And you're mentioning a roar. There isn't a Abaddon on the other team. In a lot of situations, if Puppy's there, he can just break the aggression that happens instantly. Nisha, ooh, nice dodge there by Topson.
Yeah, it doesn't head straight up to the high ground, so Nisha not able to get the read on him.
Nisha got himself an Arcane Ring, the best item I feel like you can get on any of these mid-heroes.
No-Tail's got to be careful. They've just taken the tower, and he is here alone against the 3 of them.
Okay, he's pulling Puppy away, but he is looking like he's in a lot of trouble. Doesn't have TP available. They're going to have to work if they do want to chase him, though. Let's see. Nisha is fighting versus the Beastmaster down in their jungle. Looks like Seb wanted to make a rotation, but it was spotted.
Just a bit of follow the leader here. There's No-Tail and Puppy taking the stroll. No-Tail, he'll take that as a win. As Puppy chases no more.
Battled a 4k gold lead.
Yeah, the money's building up.
It's Secret already claiming an extra position of the map to farm.
Oh, the skewer out of the Invoker combo. No-Tail there.
And now he's going to die for it.
Secret.No-Tail joins the team. Don't stand, Anisha, I'll save you.
He would have been fine anyway, but yeah, he did.
It looks funny.
He gave away his life. He really did give himself away.
He had a bit of a smile there. He's like, all right, one of those games, Joanne.
Okay, I see Topson also has a solo